Alright, you guys, it's been a long time, and I actually got a little bit of time to actually talk about something. And then I want to talk about two shows, actually. I want to talk about Black Scorpion, because someone actually did ask me to do it, but I'm only doing this review. No, I'm not doing a review, excuse me. I'm actually just going to talk about it. I guess you can call it a review, technically, but it's not going to be like a full episode by episode review or nothing like that. It's gonna be something simple. And there's another show I want to talk about. If you guys not in tune, one show, because I've been looking on the internet. I've been at work. I've been going through my phone, and I've noticed that there's one show that a lot of people probably don't really talk about, and that's the Black Scorpion. People don't talk about the Black Scorpion, and let me take time to talk about her real quick. You know how Marvel and DC, how they talk about there's a shortage of female superheroes? Well, it's kind of funny that they forgot about her, and I understand they politicize everything and stuff like that, talking about, oh, well, this, blah, blah, that, all that dumb stuff. But there have been a lot of actual, if you really look deep into a lot of show histories, even in the, I wouldn't call it, because she was kind of more like a comic book style type of character, and she's kind of similar. It's funny, actually, to RoboCop, because RoboCop, Alex Murphy was a cop, and that show was based on, like, cops. So, that's why I'm fusing RoboCop and Black Scorpion together in this review, is because, or conversation, is because she was just as badass as RoboCop, even though that she didn't have any technical powers, because they compare her to like Batman. She was like the female version of Batman, literally. I'm not even playing around. Like she basically was very skillful. The show was very simple, I guess it came out in Sci-Fi 2001. I actually saw it 2 years ago, but I didn't want to talk too much about it when somebody requested it real quick, is because I had to go back and kind of watch a little bit of it. And I work second shift, so I don't have time like that. So I have to fit in, I get home, I have to fit in the episode, and I'm going to bed, basically, and try to get up early, and I'm going and I'm off to work. So I don't have that time like I used to. So I'm just happy to fit this time in here. But RoboCop, I'm going to get to him in a sec, because this might be a little bit of long conversation, but hopefully you just sit back and enjoy it and hear me ramble, I guess, because I was going to make it short, but I got some stuff to say. So Black Scorpion, we're going to start with first. I love how she is very simple. She's not over the top. The show, I guess, is for more of a mature audience. It's got a lot of sexual themes to it, so it's a family show, but I guess if you got kids, you maybe want to explain to them what's going on, depending how old they are, blah, blah, blah. But I think they probably understand the gif now, because kids ain't stupid. I hate when they make it like kids are dumb. They're not dumb, because we were kids once. We weren't that stupid. But that's a side story. But anyway, so Black Scorpion was just cool. She was she was like more just like any other cop show, but it wasn't really fancy. They had the special effects was pretty cheesy for its time, and which I love cheesy special effects. All that trying to be so realistic, make it look more cheesy than what it is, but it actually fit for a television show. And apparently they came out with two movies. One in 1995, another in 1997. I cannot find those movies for the life of me at all, actually. But the TV show, if you're curious, is on Tubi TV. 22 episodes, I believe, one season. So yeah, just give it a look out. And I like how all the villains, it was funny actually, all the villains are actually, I would call them cheesy, but I really can't. I mean, they had some very good gags, and they had very good comebacks, and very good, how would I say, I guess the themes they make these jokes. It's crazy. It's pretty cool, actually. I actually can get interested. I'm interested in stuff like that, and some people might not like it, which is fair game. Not everybody gonna like everything, but just check it out if you never checked it out before. Black Scorpion. And they talk about and this is where RoboCop comes in. And they talk about, and what I like about both shows actually is they talk about how corporations and the government and how bad they can get. You know, you got, and I'm not talking about, they're not bad. It's just bad people in those places can be very corrupt and doing things. And that, you know, so RoboCop or Black Scorpion is going to have to get involved and stop the crime or whatnot like that. So it's like pretty cool. I like shows and stories like that, you know, because hey, you know, you can't escape corruption. If anybody sit there thinks you can escape corruption, you're lying to yourself. I mean, it's gonna happen, you know. Where there's good, it's evil. Where there's evil, there's good, you know. So I like stuff like that. I like shows like that. So RoboCop is kind of, we understand, if you know the gist of RoboCop. RoboCop had 3 movies you can find, and plus the 2014 movie, I actually watched it recently, and I realized something. They didn't have to really reboot that movie. They could have just made that the fourth movie, and just had made his son be a lot older at that time, maybe in his early 30s or something like that. After it came out in 2014, and then maybe they could have reactivated RoboCop, and then, you know, and then and his son could have been either a cop or already up there being that door detective, but trying to, you know, make a way where he's trying to bend it, basically not break the law, but you know how you not break the law, but you bend it enough to try to get the criminals off the streets, but you're doing it kind of like in a role per se, and then maybe him and his father could have had different ideologies, and maybe he could have got mad and say, hey, you've been out of my life for so many years, and who cares, blah, blah, blah. You know, the new Detroit is not how it used to be, you know, Dad, it's even worse. Whatever, I don't know, I'm just throwing some stuff out there, but they completely, and I don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the 2014 RoboCop, but when you think about it, it did not have to be a reboot. Like, why? People already understand the premise of the movie anyway. Then you should just made a 4. This should have been a movie number 4. Could have followed right behind RoboCop 3, but in its own kind of like in the future. Maybe it could have took place in 2014 or whatnot. And then you could have had some type of good story to back it up without have to. I mean, for people who didn't watch RoboCop, they could have made a small intro of what happened and then kind of push the story forward, you know. But no, you got to reboot and remake everything. I don't know why. The 3 RoboCop movies actually stands up with the time anyway. It aged well in my opinion, you know. But whatever. But Black Scorpion, now Black Scorpion, Black Scorpion, I can see her getting a remake because it aged well. Don't get me, well, how would I say? I'm not going to be critical and say it didn't age well, but nobody really knows her like that. And RoboCop, people actually know RoboCop a lot more than they know Black Scorpion. If I say, hey, you ever see RoboCop? They're going to be like, yeah, I heard of RoboCop. I have not seen it, but I know about him because he's well known. If I say, hey, you watch Black Scorpion? Who's Black Scorpion? You know, stuff like that. So, you know, it just amazed me. I don't believe she follows no DC Marvel type of in Marvel or DC. So I think she's original. So I'm not 100% sure. So anybody in the comment section might correct me. I don't know. But I just know it's a good show. I don't think she is, but hey, I might be misreading. Just like I found out V for Vendetta is an actual DC movie. I did not know that at all, actually. And it's funny. I didn't know that V. I can't remember the exact guy's name. I think they didn't really make a name from. I don't know, but he apparently has connections with Alfred from Batman. I didn't know that, so I just recently found that out. So that's pretty cool, and I actually like V for Vendetta though. But anyway, I guess it ties in with Pennyworth on HBO Max. But yeah, it's unbelievable how these shows, you know, it's been very buried. V for Vendetta is kind of well known, I guess, but they even use some of his masks out when they're doing protests and stuff. So I guess he is well. That movie is well known, but Black Scorpion, oh my goodness, that movie right there, or that show needs to be turned into a movie. And I'm so tired of hearing people talk about, well, women is not getting cast right in Hollywood. We don't have no superheroes. Well, I beg to differ, because if you actually look deep and really do some research, there are a lot of female superheroes, just like black characters. Actually, my gripe about a lot of black characters, like I've heard about the Black Superman. I know this is a little bit off topic, but no, I don't want to see a black Superman. And I'm not as a black guy speaking. I know people are gonna be like, what? I don't want to see a black Clark Kent. I want to see a black. If they want to go that route, I would like to see an original, you know. And I'm not saying he can't be in Superman. Just make him an original character. Maybe he could have been the Kryptonian and you know, how that planet blew up or whatnot. Maybe he could have escaped or somehow got away, and you know, he had powers, but he stayed low key. And you know, they could do stuff like that and bring in a new character and make him his own or something like that. That's pretty cool. Like, for example, Brightburn. I don't know if you ever heard of that movie. That movie was basically a Superman movie technically, but it's called Brightburn if you didn't catch me the first time. And basically it was like, what if what if Superman turned evil, was evil? That is a great movie. And you know, so I mean, stuff like that. You know, I would like to see a black Superman if it's his own original character, not like Ninja Turtles where they make April Clark a black girl. Like, they should just make another character and just, you know, go from there. That's how you build up stuff. You don't, like, that's why Power Rangers is so good. It's like them making Jason David Frank into a black guy. That'd be like retarded. And the thing is, or when they made, or just like when they had Billy and Zach swap colors, that was a little different. But even though that, yeah, in the Sentai version, and I'm getting way off topic, the Sentai version of the Black Ranger was actually smart. The Blue Ranger wasn't. And the Sentai Zoo Ranger version. But you know how stuff kind of changed. But it worked. But it worked in America. And nobody really cared, I guess, like that, you know. So it is what it is. But I mean, I guess Power Rangers do fit into the whole RoboCop, Black Scorpion, because they all superheroes, you know, like. But anyway, but RoboCop, man, I would like to see. I actually want to see a RoboCop TV series updated version. I would love to see that, at least a RoboCop television show. I would do another movie, but I think it'd be great just to do a one season, maybe 20-some episode, updated, newer style movie. I like to see Black Scorpion. Actually, not movie. What did I say? The TV show movie. I like to see at least a TV series and maybe a new movie in the future. And I would also like to see Black Scorpion, but I think Black Scorpion needs to be a movie though. And then if they want to make a TV show, whatever. But I think she'll fit. Well, because they got a lot of villains, you know, they can do. I guess you could see they could update it as Black Scorpion into a TV series. But I like to see a movie though, and maybe they can pick one, either make up a villain or use one of the villains from the old TV show. I don't know, but yeah, it is pretty fascinating when you look at everything and just man, there's so much they can do. But you know, I understand it just too much interest, and I know they're doing a lot of reboots and remakes, and I'm not kind of against that, but there's certain shows that they can do reboots and remake, and RoboCop TV show should just be maybe a continuation of where they left off at in the 1994, you know, or kind of branch. It's not really what they call it. It's not really a reboot, but what they call it. Well, I guess I just said a continuation, but they could just do it like that. OCP, and they could have dominated. They could just, instead of just being in Detroit, maybe they could just spread off through the rest of Michigan and maybe in some other states. That'd be a pretty cool story. But Black Scorpion, she's a kick-ass character. There's nothing else I can say about that. She's a really good kick-ass character. Hang on one sec. I gotta sneeze real quick. Well, I thought I'd sneeze. Okay, there we go. Might have to cut that out. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, I guess it's kind of a little too far, but there's nothing really else I can talk about. But yeah, what do you think? You know, have you saw Black Scorpion? Have you not seen Black Scorpion? Have you saw RoboCop? Have you not seen RoboCop? And but yeah, so I'm trying to go through a lot of shows, little time I got, but I'm gonna sit back on my little vacation and I'm gonna try to get into some stuff, maybe watch some different shows I've never seen before. All right, you guys take it easy.